there.
Last night I had a dream that I was practicing my clapping skills for some sort of event or competition.
Did you win?
I didn't get to that part. I was just at the practice portion.
Tonight we'll find out on this episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Aww.
Yeah, can we start off the pod with a moment of silence for our dearly beloved?
If you want.
Moment of silence for our dearly beloved, our guiding light and savior, creator of many dreams, Akira Toriyama. We'll miss you. Say hi to King Kai for us.
Okay.
I just, I start crying.
You never met him.
Still changed his
But
life.
I knew he changed my life.
Yeah.
I never met him, but he touched me.
Inappropriate.
My heart.
Welcome back, everybody, to Eatin' Good Pod. My name is Marisol,
I'm Sam.
I'm David.
And I'm Oscar.
and this is a podcast where we try out new food places every week, as well as discuss other topics. This week's pick was Oscar's. Take it away, Oscar.
Thank you. This week, I decided to take the gang to Hoyo's Kitchen. Hoyo translate to mother in Somali. Hoyo's Kitchen brings authentic Somali cuisine to the North Market, opened in August 2019. Along with this family, A.B. Hassan opened the first Hoyo's Kitchen in 2014 on Columbus North Side. Their aim is to introduce guests to Somali food and ultimately reach a wider audience. By combining traditional food with modern fast casual delivery method, A.B. and his family encourage guests to try their family recipes that taste both exotic and familiar at the same time. So Hoyo's Kitchen is located, like I said, in the North Market. If you've ever been to the West Market in Cleveland, it's very similar. You don't think so?
Mm-mm. I think the West Side Market is more not like North Market is like restaurants, and West Side Market is like bakeries. I don't know.
Never been.
Like small things. I don't know. It's not like as big like restaurants, like hot food.
Yeah.
It's like snacks.
The vendors inside are different, but the concept's the same. It's a little walkable area where there's different vendors. But yeah, North Market's a lot more restaurants. You go there to eat. So I wanted to take everyone here to try the Somali food. I've had it once before and I really liked it. It's something that's pretty easy to eat. And it's like, you know, if you don't want to be adventurous, it's also still very similar to like modern style food. I don't know. It kind of makes me think of Somali Chipotle. Yeah, it makes me think of a Somali Chipotle because you do go through different steps to choose your bowl. So that's kind of what you order there. It's a bowl. So you choose a base, a protein, some veggies, and if you want, there are extras. I'll go ahead and start with what I ordered. So you have the choice of Somali rice and spicy rice. I went with the Somali rice. For my protein, I got a mango chicken. They had a spicy scale of 1 to 3 peppers. The mango chicken is only 2 peppers, so medium spicy. And for my veggies, I got spinach and lentils. And I also ended up ordering a Somali chai and a sambusa, a beef sambusa. If you know what an Indian samosa is, it's very similar to that. It's a fried outer soft shell with a filling on the inside. And in this case, the beef was ground beef with some cabbage. They also let you get like fresh veggies if you want. And I got cucumbers and red cabbage. You know, it's kind of hard to really rate, I guess, every item because it's all kind of mixed in together.
Mm-hmm.
Since all of us got similar ingredients, should we like talk about it all
Like
together?
tag team
We can.
So should we like do our orders and then go through each one?
I think so.
Okay. What did you order, Sam?
So for my bowl, I also got the Somali rice. I got the beef sukar, and then for my veggies, I got chickpeas and lentils, and then I got a chicken sambusa on the side.
For my bowl, I also got Somali rice. For my protein, I got safari chicken. For my veggies, I got chickpeas and lentils. I also added lettuce and cucumbers and topped it off with the yogurt sauce. And I got a mango drink.
I mixed it up a little bit and got the spicy rice. I went for the vegetarian bowl, and so that actually came with all 4 of the hot veggies, which was cabbage, chickpeas, lentils, and spinach. And then on top of that, I also got an order of the injera and a tamarind drink. And I did end up going with all 3 sauces, which was the garlic yogurt, the mango ginger habanero, and the green chili, aka bisbas.
So yeah, let's start with our bowls, and we'll just kind of go down the line.
Rice.
Rice. Yep. So Sam, Marisol, and I got the Somali rice.
And it was like a yellowy rice. Probably had turmeric, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it because I like yellow rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love basmati rice.
I thought it had a lot of flavor, and they put a good amount in there.
Mhm.
At first, I forgot I had rice because they put everything on top, and then I took a big spoonful. I'm like, whoa, there's so much rice underneath here. But yeah, it was really good.
Are we rating each thing, or are we just like gonna rate our bowl at the end?
We could just rate the bowl.
Because I think we can rate each thing and then rate our bowl overall.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do rapid fire ratings for everything. So Marisol, what do you give the rice?
The rice, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Delicious.
Oscar.
8.75.
I'm gonna go with a 8.3.
Yeah.
And David, your rice was different.
Yes, so I got the spicy rice, which was a deep like orange color. So my guess is it's the base of the Somali rice mixed with the ginger habanero, the mango ginger habanero spicy sauce, and I can tell you right now it was definitely spicy. But I did feel like it had a lot of flavor to it as well. So I'm curious to try the regular Somali rice next time I go. For the rice, I'm going to give an 8 because I thought it was pretty tasty, but I did go a little overboard with all the spicy sauces, so it was kind of hard to tell what was what in the heat of the moment.
Alrighty, for proteins.
For the protein, I ordered the mango chicken. It was a little spicy, not too spicy actually, not as spicy as David's. It was pretty easy to eat, and it was a nice sweet curry with it. I'd give it 7.75.
Okay.
I thought it was good, but I personally would probably go for something else just because it was a little too sweet for my liking.
I got the safari chicken. It's hard to know what it tasted like just because all my toppings were on the top, and I think it was a little sweet, and the chicken was juicy, so I like the chicken itself. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, for my beef sukkar, I thought it was really good. It wasn't spicy. It was really savory, and the beef had a ton of flavor. I definitely would get that again. I'm going to give it an 8.
Nice. NA, not available. I got no protein.
Not applicable.
Not applicable. Yeah. North America. Yep.
Okay, for the veggies, we could start with the chickpeas. So I don't know whoever got chickpeas, but I liked the chickpeas. If you like chickpeas, they're just standard. I mean, they probably flavored them a little bit with seasonings, but not too much. I think it just tasted like chickpeas.
Yeah, I would say like you could tell there was a little bit of like orange sauce with it, but
It's chickpeas.
yeah, it didn't really come through too much. But being an enjoyer of chickpeas, it hit the taste that I was going for.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a 7 too.
I'll say 6.5.
Alrighty, and then the lentils.
All right, I'm the lentils expert here, right? Just so you guys know, I love my grandma's lentils.
Okay.
These weren't grandma's lentils. I'm not gonna lie. Different preparations. It wasn't like a broth, soupy kind of thing. This one did have. Again, it was like another like nice orange color to it. Maybe I'm not the lentils expert because they were like good, but like I said, everything on my bowl was orange because of all the sauces. I did like them more than the chickpeas. I will say that.
Oh. I like the chickpeas more than the lentils.
I like the lentils more than the chickpeas.
Numbers?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.5.
They kind of remind me of mashed potatoes a little bit, like the consistency. It was smushy, like maybe like baby food.
Carrot baby.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it had too much flavor to it. It was pretty easy to eat, which I guess is fine because sometimes I don't like the lentil flavor. But yeah, I'll give it 6.9.
Nice.
Did you guys think that the lentils were kind of sweet?
I could see that. Yeah, I think when I did dig into them, they were.
Okay. Well, because like I wasn't sure. So when as I was eating my bowl, I was like taking from different spots because the different toppings were like on different areas of the bowl. And when I scooped up the lentil spot, it tasted pretty sweet, and it wasn't a flavor I was expecting. So it just was like kind of off-putting for me.
Right. Yeah. You're not a big sweet person with like a meal.
So then I was like, oh, I don't think I like those. And I tried them again a little bit later, and it still came across sweet. So I would give them a 5.
Oof.
See, that's what I needed. The saving grace of sweetness.
I actually really enjoyed them, and the guy, like, after he like served me the lentils, he went back in to grab like the juice and poured it on my rice.
Oh.
And I love that. When my mom does that at home, whenever she does stews, I always ask her, like, give me some more juice, like put it over my rice. And he did that, and I was like, this guy knows me so well.
He knows you.
I really enjoyed the lentils. They were a little bit sweet, but I felt like there was other stuff in my plate that kind of went against it. So I liked it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I guess it's a good way to think of it. My lentils didn't really stand out because I agree. I feel like everything else kind of stood out a little more.
All right.
Should I talk about no one else got the other stuff, or?
I think Oscar got the spinach.
Yeah, I got the spinach.
Yeah, so this was pretty much just like cooked spinach. I'm sure they seasoned it with something, because I did feel like it had a little bit more flavor than just cooked spinach.
Yeah, what were those pieces that had in it?
I couldn't tell you.
It kind of looked like ham, but it wasn't.
Better not have it. No.
That's haram.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think they would throw that in there.
Yeah, this cooked spinach was packed.
Yes, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
I was
of
like, I don't know
spinach.
if, getting the vegetarian, you get everything with it, but if I were getting like a protein and picking 2, spinach wouldn't have been on my ballot, because I thought it would just be a little bit, but it was probably the most condensed item. And I actually enjoyed it. That was probably what surprised me the most. I think I enjoyed the spinach more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I like the texture of it because it was so much. It was like just a little thicker, I guess.
It's like, if you put your fork in it, you got a forkful. Whereas when I think of cooked spinach, I still think of the leaves, and then
We're
they're
just
like soggy
dangling
leaves.
down. Yeah,
it
it
was
was
not like
not-
that at
yeah.
all. I'm gonna probably give them like an 8. I like them.
There was something in it that I just didn't like too much flavor-wise. But overall, I did enjoy the spinach. I would get it again. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I felt like I got my nutrients worth with the spinach.
You got your veggies for the day.
Yeah.
After a while, I did kind of mix the whole bowl, whatever was left of my bowl. And I think it was a kind of a cool, differing texture to all like the lentils and the chickpeas and stuff. So it was an interesting green touch. And then I ended up getting the cabbage as well. The cabbage also surprised me. We were in line, and I was like telling Sam, I was like, I'm not getting no leaves, until I realized the vegetarian bowl came with everything. So I was like, all right, I'll get some leaves. And the cabbage was cooked, like stewed or whatever, but it was still crunchy. And I think that also added another different texture layer to the bowl, which I enjoyed. And it didn't have like as much flavor as like the spinach, I would say. But nonetheless, I think it was a pretty good addition to the bowl. I'd probably give that one a 7.25.
Nice. What did you think about your sambosa?
The beef sambosa, it was so good. I would go back there just to get like 2 of those, and just that's it. I have to give it a 9.5.
Wow.
It just had so much flavor and so much filling. Like, it was very compact on the inside. Like, sometimes when you get something that's fried, you have those gaps where there's just air. Not this, boy. This had all 3 corners filled in.
It did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and you could eat it just by itself, or you could put a sauce on it. Like, it was so good.
So I got the chicken sambusa. Then now I'm like, I should have got the beef one, because you're making it sound like it was so good. The chicken one was still very good. It was packed to the rim, like you said, with like the ground chicken and cabbage. I don't think it had as much flavor as like my beef bowl did. I don't know if it just needed if it just had a little bit of more salt, it would have been good. So I'm still gonna give it like a 7.5, but you make the beef one sound good. So if I go back, I'd probably order a beef one.
Yeah, though, I think what would make me give it a 10 is if it was steaming hot, like fresh.
Mine was.
Yeah, because when I got it, when we sat down, I took a bite of it, and that first bite was the best bite. And then, it kind of cooled down a little bit. And so when I came back to eat it after my bowl, it was still really good, but not as good as that first bite that I had.
David, do you want to talk about your injera?
Yes. So I've been curious about injera for a while now because back in college there was an Ethiopian restaurant that I had been meaning to go to for a couple years. Never ended up going. And then the opportunity like for eating food with injera never came up. So when Oscar said Hoyos, I was like, all right, I'm getting it no matter what. So for those who don't know, injera is a sour fermented pancake-like flatbread with a slightly spongy texture, traditionally made of teff flour and common to Ethiopian, Eritrean, Sudan, Kenyan, and Somalian food. It came in like a little container, but it was like rolled up, little thin bread. Yeah, like I said, kind of like pancakey. But from what I understand, I think they eat it kind of like a tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of use that. And that's how I was eating it. But it is interesting if you don't know what it is and you order it, because if you have trypophobia, it's not your thing because it looks like cow tripe.
Yeah.
In that it has a bunch of little
Holes.
Even more so because cow tripe has like big holes, kind of.
Yeah.
These ones were very
Tiny.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that's from the fermentation process. Also, I did point out before I had read that description that it was kind of sour on its own, and yeah, I guess also part of the fermentation process. All in all, I thought it was the Mexican in me always likes anything tortilla kind of related in terms of like eating wise. So I ate pretty much all of it, and the sour was balanced out with all of the savoriness of the bowl itself. I don't think I could eat like a roll of this on its own.
No.
It's definitely like a method of transportation to your mouth.
A vessel.
Yes, a great food vessel. But if I were to give it a rating, I'd give it like a 7.5. I would probably, if I ever had this cuisine, would not shy away from it. Would definitely try it again, but I might have to go with a tortilla over injera if there was a gun to my head.
I mean, at the end, you were picking up all your chicken and rice and sauce with it.
Yeah, it's like great. Also, like, you know, you go to a restaurant, you have pasta sauce and they give you bread. You scoop up the rest of the sauce with, like I said, great vessel for leaving the plate clean as hell.
It ain't naan, but it's very flexible, like very easy to grab your food
Yes.
with.
Spongy.
Yeah.
The texture is very interesting because it's like kind of like wet feeling and like rubbery. Like it's not like bready like naan. But if you can get over that and the holes, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said at the table, I feel it tastes better when I don't look at it.
Yeah, just holding it, I don't know. It had like it almost felt like it had like a residue, but it wasn't like wet. It was just, I don't know, kind of spongy. Interesting. Glad I tried it. Maybe I won't go out of my way to just have injera on its own. But if it's there, like a tortilla basket, I'm gonna reach in.
So I think we should rate our bowls, like our overall bowl. I'd give mine an 8 out of 10. The mango chicken was very good, but I think next time I want to try a different protein. I would probably get the spicy rice next time. I don't know why I didn't this time.
I was surprised that you didn't.
Yeah.
I think it's because last time I did get the spicy rice because I've been here once, and so I wanted to try just the non-spicy rice.
I would give mine a 7.5.
I think I'd give my bowl an 8 just because the beef was like good enough to carry the whole bowl.
I'm also going to go with a 7.5. I think all the ingredients and the ease of kind of it being countertop, kind of like a Chipotle style, was really convenient, and it all still tasted very fresh. Unfortunately, it just happened to be Friday during Lent.
Oh.
So I think if I went back, I would probably try either the goat or Sam really talked up the beef. And I think a 7.5 leaves it in a nice spot for it to only go up from there.
And I will say, while it wasn't the cheapest place, but nothing in the North Market is cheap, the scoops he would give were healthy sized scoops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me like 2.5 scoops of the beef, and I was like, whoa.
And even just like you look at like the bowl itself, it's like a big container. I don't know. And yeah, big old scoops of rice. Was very free-handed with the veggies as well. All in all,
it was good.
It'll fill you up.
Yeah, you don't feel like you got cheated.
Yeah, you get your money's worth.
Yeah, because they're trying to fill that bowl.
Do you guys want to talk about your drinks?
Oh yeah.
Before we do, I actually want to talk about the sauces. What, you didn't like them?
I just have nothing to say.
It was a yogurt garlic.
Like yeah. That was a mild sauce.
Yeah, that one was interesting. It was a little sweet.
It was a little too sweet for me.
Maybe that's what I was tasting that was sweet because I think it was on the lentils.
I wish I would have
Yeah.
gotten it on the side. But, I mean, it's good. It was just a little too... He put too much on my plate. And it made everything a little too sweet.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be more like an Indian, like the
Mhm.
Indian
Yeah.
garlic sauce. But since it was sweet, I was like, not what I wanted
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I'd probably rate it a 6 out of 10. The thing that I found interesting was it tasted way better when I had it on my mango chicken than when I had it with the rice. And with what was the other sauce? The mango
Habanero?
habanero.
Mango ginger habanero.
Yeah, mango ginger habanero wasn't very good on my chicken, but it was really good with the spinach. So it was kind of like trial and error, trying the sauce on each part of the dish and seeing where it just worked better.
Mm-hmm.
So I am glad that I got the sauces on the side rather than on it,
Yeah.
because then I could play around and see
Right.
what works. But that mango freaking habanero was really spicy.
Yes, I can confirm it definitely was. I got it on my bowl, and did I also? No, I just got it on the bowl. But he was also very free-handed with the sauces as well.
And I actually didn't like it at first because it was sweet, but because it was so spicy, it made me like it more. And so next time I would go there, I would definitely get it on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that it's too sweet for my liking, but I do love how spicy it was.
Yeah, I think in combination with the garlic yogurt, it balanced out more. That was the only thing that kept me from literally breathing fire. The garlic yogurt.
Maybe next time you should mix it.
Make some dragon sauce. A dragon sauce. I'd probably give them both a 7. I feel like they fulfilled their role of like being spicy and being kind of the yogurt, and even the green sauce. I'd probably give them all 7s. You know, they weren't like blow my socks off flavorful. How like I feel like a green salsa and like tacos can be make or break for like a taco place. I thought they were just accessories to the shining bowl itself. So.
Yeah. I'd give them both a 6 out of 10, but in the right combination, they really like, enhance the dish.
I give the garlic yogurt sauce a 5 out of 10. Just a little too sweet for me, but a little bit I think would be perfect.
If that is what made my lentils sweet, then I give it a 4. And I would not get it again.
Next time, get on the side and be like, the scientific method.
Yeah,
Find out if
pinpoint what it was.
Yeah.
For a drink, I ordered the Somali chai, and I didn't realize this until after I ordered. On the menu, it's called the Somali chai tea, which is just saying like
TT.
Mm-hmm.
But Somali chai, it was just a chai. If you've had chai, you know what it tastes like. I didn't think it was any different. 6.5 out of 10. I guess only because I was expecting something different and it was just a chai.
Mm-hmm.
I got a mango drink. It's just like, what's it called? It's not pulp. It's mango
Juice?
It's just mango
Nectar?
Nectar. It's like mango nectar. It was like kind of thick. It was super sweet in my opinion. Maybe like if I would have added a couple of like ice cubes in there, it would have been better. But that bitch definitely brought up my my sugar. I did drink it all because it was still delicious. I would just prefer it more. So like, I don't know, like something sweet. But I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
It made me think if you took a straw and you just stuck it in a mango and it was liquid.
Pulpless. There was no pulp?
No,
Okay.
no pulp. But it tasted like they did it. They like
Right,
Like they made it
pressed it or
themselves.
something.
they
Yeah.
pressed it. Yeah.
I went with the tamarind. I will say my one complaint was also the ice cubes thing. I love my drinks with ice cubes. I love the little rattle. I love that it cools it down. But
The rattle.
that's the priority. They were refrigerated, so they were still cold, especially during the duration of the meal. But flavor-wise, it was similar to what I would expect, like the agua de tamarindo that Mexicans make. This one wasn't like over sugary. I wish there was pulp. I love pulp too, and like tamarind pulp, I think is also really good in the drinks. So maybe a little pulp and a little ice to drive it home. But all in all, the flavor was there. I keep comparing like the two cuisines, but I would take the homemade like Mexican style version of it, but it still hit that spot. I'm gonna give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
After all that.
all that, still very good.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that everything?
Yeah, I believe
think so.
so. Do you guys enjoy it?
Yeah,
I
I would
liked
go
it.
back.
I would go back too.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know how you guys would feel about this place. After I had my first bite, I just stopped caring. I was like, you know what? This is
I'm
really
glad
good to
I
me.
came.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad I came here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a place that you kind of know what you're gonna get once you've gone once, but there's room for customization. So there's something to bring you back.
Yeah.
And I definitely will want to try it with a different protein, with a protein.
Chickpeas is a protein.
Yeah,
Means like a meat protein.
yeah, I want meat.
Should we get into our segment?
Yeah, it's time
Ooh.
for
Guess That Movie.
All right, Sam, you have a movie for us today?
I do. I told you guys earlier I'm not necessarily excited about this description because you guys might get it right away if you've seen the movie. But I also don't know if you guys have seen the movie.
Great combo.
So this might go terribly. But text me if you think you know it. I did try to write it in a way that might throw some people off.
Okay,
But it's still very true to the plot of the movie.
let's hear it.
So, an unpopular teenager spends their time in high school daydreaming through class. When an opportunity arises to join a club of teenage leaders, the teen does everything they can to make it in. The teen gains popularity and the movie ends the competition. To win the competition, the teen performs a dance, but ultimately does not win. David's typing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten it yet.
So maybe that is a movie that we've seen.
Oh, no.
No?
Uh-uh.
Huh. Yeah, that one's more known.
David guessed Mean Girls.
There's a little components in there.
And that's not right either.
I said Twilight.
I also, like, off the first sentence, for some reason, I thought it was going to be that, but didn't add up for me.
Can you repeat it?
Do you guys think there's dancing in Mean Girls and Twilight?
Oh, shit, dude.
Okay, I'll repeat it.
Okay.
An unpopular teenager spends their time in high school daydreaming through class. When an opportunity arises to join a club of teenage leaders, the teen does everything they can to make it in. The teen gains popularity and the movie ends the competition. To win the competition, the teen performs a dance, but ultimately does not win.
Oh, bad guess after you read it
idea.
again.
So Marisol got it right.
Yay!
David
Oh
and
my
Oscar guessed the same
God.
thing and they got it
Feels
wrong.
So good.
But that's what I was trying to throw you off to think it was that
Yeah.
movie.
We guessed
I guessed
Napoleon
again.
Dynamite.
Yeah, they guessed Napoleon Dynamite. David, that's still wrong.
What the hell?
Oh my goodness. Y'all suck.
David guessed Bring It On.
That's a good guess.
They're
Yeah.
all, I feel like I'm right there. I'm right
Napoleon
there.
Dynamite, I'd say, is close because the plot is similar. But I knew you have seen this. That's why I'm like, I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Oh,
but
wow.
I
it's
feel
not
like
fair
I feel
then,
like
no, kidding.
David has probably
Oscar,
seen
you're getting
it.
closer.
I don't know if Oscar
You're getting
has
much
seen it.
closer.
Do you have hints?
I don't have hints, but I could try to think of some.
Wait,
Let's
can you
give a hint.
read it one more time or is that overkill?
I can read it one more time. An unpopular teenager spends their time in high school daydreaming through class. When an opportunity arises to join a club of teenage leaders, the teen does everything they can to make it in. The teen gains popularity and the movie ends with the competition. To win the competition, the teen performs a dance, but ultimately does not win.
When you say is it the teen gains popularity or the teen gains
Teen.
teen. Okay. So the main
T-E-E-N.
character.
The teenager gains popularity. Yeah, the main character. Okay, I'll say the main character is a girl. I kept the gender a secret on purpose.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna guess, but it's gonna be dumb. I'm just gonna keep
I
guessing.
feel like you're
wrong.
gonna get it now.
Mm-hmm. That was what Oscar guessed. You guys are getting closer. They guessed
Interesting.
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
If you put High School Musical and Napoleon Dynamite together. Lemonade Mouth. I have not seen that. Or maybe I
Is
have.
that the
but-
Disney?
Isn't it
Some-
like Demi Lovato or something?
No, it's Bridget Mendler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it Lemonade Mouth?
I think so.
It's
That's what
Lemonade something.
Lemonade song.
It's not that.
Let's see. What's a good hint?
You can
Is
be
it
like,
this? I feel like I'm on the right track. They're all so dumb. Like if
Camp
I keep.
Rock. It's not Camp Rock.
Wait, did you get that message instantaneously? I feel like it didn't even say
I
delivery.
guess so.
Okay. Fuck. I mean, shoot.
It is not a Disney movie.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes my one lead.
I was gonna say she has a love interest, but they all do.
Right.
Yeah, the main character has a love interest who's way out of her league, but she still lands him in the end.
Of course.
I will say the love interest is an actor that was in High School Musical.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys haven't seen this movie, that might not help.
Yeah,
Should we just tell them?
David has had to watch this because I feel like he likes
'Cause he's a theater
video.
kid.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a theater kid thing?
yeah.
Corny. What?
There's been a remake of like the original,
When was the original?
like because that wasn't the original. There was one before that one, the one with the love interest, the guy who's been in High School Musical. That was a
Wait.
remake.
Oh, that was a remake.
I don't think that's helpful though. Nobody knows about the original.
It's a.
It's do you want me to tell you the actor that's in it from High School Musical?
Maybe a hint that's not.
Oscar got it right.
God damn it.
I have seen bits and parts of it. I've never seen the entire movie, so
Okay.
I didn't know like the ending part.
There's a couple of
Oh, fucking dumb as hell.
okay, we'll see.
Maybe not.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, corny.
So the answer is Hairspray. But I wrote the plot so it'd be very similar to Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Because I think Napoleon Dynamite and Tracy Turnblatt are both like start off the movie like daydreaming in class.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they both want to join a club, but Napoleon Dynamite wants to help Pedro join student council.
Yeah.
Tracy wants to join the new kids in town or whatever, the nicest kids in town.
Yeah.
And there is a competition at the end, which is student council elections and then a pageant for Miss Teen Hairspray. And there is a dance performance.
Right.
Napoleon doesn't win, technically, because Pedro wins. Napoleon wasn't running. But Tracy doesn't win either. So
The Zac Efron thing.
Zac Efron was the love interest.
That was
He
the.
was he looked good in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Other big people in that movie, Amanda Bynes and
Oh,
Queen
yeah.
Latifah.
Oh, shit. Oh, snap.
Mm.
Amanda Bynes, all that?
Yeah.
Damn.
She's Tracy's best friend in the movie.
Now it makes sense when you said he's way out of her league, but she still lands him.
Oh, yeah, because the main character of Hairspray is like known for being an overweight girl. And then Link is Zac Efron, and he's just so hot.
So, yeah, to be fair, I feel like Zac Efron's kind of just out of everybody's
Yeah.
league.
Hey, she's confident in her own skin.
Exactly, and it's good.
Does she have, like, the-
everyone ends up loving her, and they like sell wigs of her hair, and everybody buys them.
I was going to say, does she have like beehive hair? That beehive, like the 50s hair?
I would say Amanda Bynes' character has like a bigger beehive hair in it.
And
I
then-
actually haven't seen the movie, but when you were like, oh, it's musical stuff, yeah.
And John Travolta.
Yeah, I was
John
gonna say,
Travolta
isn't
was
John
the mom.
Travolta? Yeah, he
I
plays a
was
woman.
gonna say there's like a drag element to
I
it.
thought you said important people.
Huh?
I thought you said big names. Who's John Travolta?
What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
about to be like, what?
When you first read the description, I was thinking Saturday Night Fever, but I thought Marisol and David had probably never seen that movie.
So then you're like, that probably isn't
No,
it.
and you've only seen it because I made you watch it.
Yeah, you didn't make me watch it. We
Right.
watched it once.
Yeah.
He made you watch it like in Bird Box. Open your eyes.
So, yeah, Hairspray, it was a musical. Hopefully, if you guys have seen it back home, you got it right. Or I threw you off and you thought it was Napoleon Dynamite.
Or you got thrown off a couple times, like me.
You had like 10 guesses,
It was like
David.
6 or 7.
Yeah, it was just so easy to guess.
Lemonade mouth.
Okay, Oscar, Mr. Waiting for me to guess.
What are you talking about?
No, he guessed a couple times too.
He gets less than you did.
Yeah, but he's over here. It was so easy to guess. I was shooting from the hip.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it was so easy to guess the movie. I mean, it was so easy to throw out guesses.
Oh, yeah.
Because it
just
like could fit multiple movies.
She's over here saying it's not a good description. Well, that's the point of the bit, of the segment.
I left out the whole segregation piece because there's like a whole big thing.
I would have gotten it.
Yeah, okay, David.
You're
probably like, what are you talking about? So it's based in like the 1960s, I think.
I said Lemonade Mouth. What's wrong with me? I'm like, no one's seen that dumb old movie except me.
Alrighty. Well, that was Guess That Movie.
Oh, yeah.
I could have made a couple more corny guesses too.
Okay, throw them out.
Freaking Footloose.
Grease.
So you're just going to name any movie that has the dance?
Yeah. Freaking, I was about to say Stomp the Yard. I was like,
You're about to
I
be
thought
like,
that too. I was like, but I don't know.
you're going to say Dirty Dancing.
I was like, oh.
But I for real thought it was Twilight. I'm like, it has to be Twilight.
There's
The
no
beginning-
dancing in Twilight.
Yeah, that's what crumbled
That's why I was
that
like, how
theory.
could it be? It's funny because I told you guys I had 2 movie preparations, and the
Yeah.
second one is like similar to Twilight. It's not Twilight, so I guess that gives you a hint for whenever
Right.
I do read it. But
Yeah.
that one is more like Twilight than this.
Well, baseball's like an art. Dance is like an art. Baseball's kind of like dancing.
Okay.
They dance
I guess
the first
Twilight
base.
has a prom, but it's not a dance competition.
I guess before you read the dance portion, I was like, it's Twilight. It's Twilight. She's trying to join a group. It's Twilight.
The vampire, the popular group.
Okay. That's funny. That would be funny if it was Twilight and I wrote it that way.
I'm getting really bad at these.
Progressively worse every week.
We're going to have a most improved and most deteriorating.
Trigger warning. We're going to talk about dog poop.
So do you want to do your trivia?
We doing that first?
Or what do we want to get into?
Are we talking about Luna?
Oh,
Her
yeah.
afflictions.
We have a
What
Luna
happened?
story.
Yeah, let's tell that first.
All
Okay,
right. Should we rewind back to
The
like earlier
menace.
this week or what was it, last week?
No, it was this week. So earlier this week, Luna threw up and she was drinking a ton of water. And I'm like,
And when
Oh,
I fed her,
no.
she didn't want to eat. Like I gave her
Yeah.
her Kong and she like didn't care about it.
yeah. And here's the thing, like Luna threw up. Sam wasn't home, like I was home, so I cleaned up the throw up. And then maybe like an hour later, she threw up again. And later that evening, when I go to feed Luna for the second time, her Kong still had food. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, she's really sick. She doesn't even want to eat she didn't even eat all her food from the morning.
Dang.
And the reason I feed her from the Kong is because if I just put her food in a bowl, she just eats it
In 2 seconds.
Like
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
She just chomps it down. So that was very,
Weird.
uncharacteristic of her. She never does that.
And then one day in the middle of the night, she woke me up to take her out. Like she woke me up at 4 a.m. and she was crying.
Yeah.
So I went and took her out. I think she just peed, but then she also like woke you up. So you
Yeah.
took her out and then she pooped.
Yeah. So she's been pooping like 3 times a day. And
Is it
normally she only
normal
poops
poop?
twice. It's kind of a mix. Sometimes her poop would just be normal. And then other times it's just one big pile of mush.
Trigger warning. We're going to talk about dog poop. I'll put that at the beginning.
And so, yeah, when she threw up twice, I'm like, she threw up her food from this morning, and I don't know where this other food came from. She must have thrown up her food from the
Last
previous
night.
day. Yeah.
Right.
So jump to today.
So today, well, let me say again. So the 4 a.m. thing happened a couple days ago. Again, last night, she woke me up at 3 a.m. to take her out and she like pooped. And I was like, then I told Oscar in the morning, he's like, she pooped this morning too. Like she doesn't normally poop that consistently.
Whoa, yeah.
Like it was only a couple hours apart. So whatever. Today I'm working from home. I normally just work from home on Fridays now. So I'm at my desk. I'm on a call and I hear like a bunch of munching in the kitchen. And so I told my coworker I was on the call with, I was like, can you give me 1 second? And I went to go check on her and she's just standing in the kitchen. And I was like, what are you eating, Luna? And I had given her some celery earlier and I saw it was still on the floor. I was like, oh, maybe she's just like munching on the celery. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's fine. So I go back to my call and I'm talking again for like 5 more minutes, and I hear her like munching again, but like it doesn't sound like celery, and it's like a lot of munching. So
Oh
I
my
was like,
gosh.
can you give me 1 second again? And I go back to the kitchen, and she's like, Oscar keeps the food bag on the floor, but it's like blocked. But she was able to reach over, and she was eating from the food bag.
Oh my god.
But like when I went over there, she had taken a step back, so I was like, Luna, show me. And then she walked up to the food bag and like stuck her head in. I was like, Luna, no.
Oh my
She
god.
learned. So she's just
So-
been constantly eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa.
So then we looked in the food bag too, and it's definitely like slanted from the side that she can reach. She's been like
A
working through
dent.
it.
Oh no.
The reason she was even able to reach it is because I just got a new food bag last week. And the week before, I made pork shoulder. So we keep a big metal pot
Oh,
with
right.
a bag of rice on top of it in front of her food. So normally she can't reach it. But, 2 weeks ago, I made that pork shoulder in the big pot. And I put the pot back, but I don't think I put the bag of rice on top of the pot.
Okay.
And so with her previous food bag, the food was low enough that even if she could reach it, she wouldn't be able to get the food.
Right.
Since I just recently got a new food bag, it's filled to the top, and this is the first time she can actually reach it. So she's been a sneaky girl.
Wait,
She's
so how many days has she been like
overeating? Like 5 days.
Whoa.
Oh my
It's been
gosh.
all week
Yeah,
since
it's
Monday.
been all week. Yeah.
I wonder if you weighed her. She's
Well,
like,
that's why I was like, she does kind of look a little thicker.
Yeah, I was telling Sam, like, she looks bigger, like she looks full this
looking
week.
fat with the pH.
She's been eating
Wow.
good.
She's been eating good. And like,
Literally.
and I was saying like that makes sense because as I normally feed her in the mornings, and she hasn't been like super excited and running around when I feed her. She's just like, oh, okay, I'll go with you to get food.
She goes, "Oh, that I can get that whenever I want, you chumps."
But yeah, so since Oscar's been working from home upstairs and I haven't been downstairs, I'm sure she just sneaks down while he's working and eats as much as she feels like it.
Dude.
So it makes sense why she threw up so much. She's
She's been eating so much.
been having
Yeah.
all multiple meals.
My hypothesis is that's the first day she realized she could reach the food, so she overate
Went
that
crazy,
first day a
yeah.
lot. And then after that, she's just like, I'll just eat when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Which is still more than we normally feed her.
She's like,
But
I feel
not-
like it right now, actually.
Yeah, not enough to throw up, but enough that she's pooping a lot
A
more.
lot.
She's so
Dude,
smart.
she's
to
so-
the fact that the first night she ate so much that she threw up, and she was like, "I'm gonna
right.
chill next time."
She was like, yeah, let's revisit this. I guess I found my capacity.
She
And-
found her limit.
You know when you get in trouble and you feel terrible when you get caught? That was her today.
Aw.
Because Sam called me over and
After my call, because
Yeah.
Oscar had like stepped out while I was on my call. So when he got back home and my call ended, I went up to him and I was like, guess what I caught Luna doing today? And she was like there on the bed, like ears pulled back,
Yeah.
head
Like
facing
that.
away from us.
Her paws like this.
Yeah.
crossed. Yeah, so she knew exactly what Sam was telling me, and she just laid in Sam's bed for like an hour or two and didn't move. And the reason I know is because we have this little toy. It's a little Hello Kitty. It looks like it's giving a hug. But you can wrap it on something. And normally we'll wrap it on her tail or her leg. And
And she hates it.
Yeah.
So she'll rip it off right away.
Yeah. So I wrapped it around her leg. And then I went and took a shower. And this was a longer shower because I had to wash my hair.
Uh-huh.
Came, changed clothes, and I go back into Sam's room, and she's still lying on the bed with the Hello Kitty wrapped around her. She never lets it wrapped around
She
her.
was like, I deserve this.
Right, she's like, this is my punishment.
Yeah.
She's like,
She said, I messed up. I gotta think of what I've done.
I did
Yeah.
the crime. Gotta do the time. Dude, and it's so funny because you guys just found that out today.
Yes.
It's funny because Oscar, you sent me a snap. I think it was earlier this week where you were like,
Oh, she threw up.
or well, that, but also just it was like you were walking her and it said, "Luna eats now and asks questions later," and that's like to a T what happened.
Yeah, her motto is eat first, ask questions later. Because I was walking her, and there was a little piece of tissue paper in the grass. And as we're walking past it, she just put it in her mouth right away, realized it wasn't food, and then spat it back out.
Oh my gosh.
Just I let the taste buds figure
the
it out
work,
for
yeah.
me.
At least she doesn't do that with poop. She knows not to eat poop.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, that's.
When we first got her, I feel like she would eat poop sometimes, but she learned to not.
She's like, oh. I mean, she was in the shelter, right?
Yeah.
So she's probably like, I don't know when I'm gonna get my next meal, but now she's like, these people feed me. So.
That's definitely what it was, because if I would walk her before I would feed her, she would be more likely to eat the poop.
Mm-hmm.
But if I fed her and then we walked her, she didn't care
She's
about
like,
it.
yeah. That's, I mean, yeah, like survival tactic for her probably.
It's funny you said these people feed me, but this week she was like, I feed myself.
I run the show.
Like, I'm independent.
Yeah. That's
She's like, I still need you guys to clean up the throw up though.
No, it's also funny how like when you heard the rustling, like her munching on something, you went out and she like went back to the middle of the floor to be like, what's going on?
Yeah. Like she backed up from the food so I wouldn't like exactly know where she was.
And then she went back again and she like tried to hide it again, but then you were like, show me.
Yeah.
And she was like, damn it, I got caught.
The freaking confidence on her to be like, she just almost caught me. I'm still hungry though.
Yes, that's the thing.
Like I'm not gonna wait.
She almost got caught. Not even 5 minutes later, she's back in the bag.
She's like, oh, she's on that call again.
She's like, I've been doing this all week. Why shouldn't I do it today?
Right.
Maybe she wants some too.
Maybe she's like, Sam's cool. She's not gonna snitch.
Right? She's like, my dad would be mad, but Auntie Sam though. And then you were like, oh heck no.
I was like, immediately snitching.
That's the thing. She knows she's not supposed to do all these things, but she does it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she grabs something that she knows she's not supposed to have and she rips it up, she knows she messed up. But in the moment, she's like, I'm enjoying it.
It's so fun or so tasty.
Honestly, respect. I'd do the same if I was a dog.
She's like a rebellious teen.
Never ask for
yeah,
permission,
for sure.
always ask for forgiveness.
Yep. That's her other motto.
We should just go up to her and be like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, gosh.
She just goes, that's worse.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
goodness.
starting to get worried. I'm like, she's sick. I'm going to have to take her to the vet.
Or like, maybe she got into something. Well, I didn't know what you were. All right, so when you said that you caught her and like the rustling and stuff, my first thought was like, uh-oh. Oscar dropped one of his hot Cheeto bags and she was secretly eating it throughout the week or something.
Eating hot chip.
Hot chip and throwing up red.
Oh, that just reminded me. One time I was with, Shar was house sitting
Uh-huh.
this person's dog because they were out of town, and I had came over and we went out to do something, but when we came back, this dog got onto the kitchen table, grabbed a bag of Takis, ripped it open, and ate all the Takis and licked the bag clean. Like it was just the silver on the inside. And Shar was freaking out, and she put the dog in this crate and was like, I hope he doesn't poop. And then the owners came back the next day and she's like, I hope I don't get a text saying the dog pooped everywhere. It's liquid, but
It's bloody, but it's just Takis.
luckily
The poop
nothing
comes out
happened.
red.
Well, that would be like, as a pet parent, you'd be like, what the heck is wrong?
Yeah.
Like your first thought wouldn't be like, oh, she just
ate some
got
chips.
into the hot
I mean,
Cheetos
yeah.
or something. Especially if you're out of town, you come back, you're like, what did you do to my dog?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be so bad, like so scary.
I mean, if you ate a whole bag of like Takis by yourself, you would be fucked up.
Dude, especially like
Nah.
scarfing it all down.
No.
Let's ask Bella.
She
No.
wasn't here for the Bella episode.
Oh,
Have
right.
you been listening to
I
the
haven't.
pod?
I haven't heard the last one.
But did you listen to the episode where Bella talks about eating hot chips?
No.
That was like 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Was it? No, because it must have been 2.
Or maybe we recorded it, because I feel like we probably recorded it.
I
3
think
or
it
4
We
was.
weeks ago.
recorded it a while ago.
Was it Monday?
It was episode 43, and we released episode 45 this week.
And I wasn't on that episode.
No,
Hmm.
Well.
we went to Hound Dogs. It's the episode where we talk about pizza.
Oh, Hound Dogs. Oh, maybe I haven't heard that one.
Okay,
I'm currently
well,
finishing up. See, I'm currently finishing up 45.
Maybe you just clicked on like the top one,
Yeah,
the most
maybe
recent
I
one,
accidentally
instead
skipped
of
it.
where you were
Mm.
listening. You gotta listen to that.
Yeah.
part.
Okay.
It's
Which one
really
is it?
good.
43?
Number 43.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did she
There's
say?
a whole segment
Yeah.
about Bella being addicted to hot chips, and like it was bad. Like we were worried about her, and like my parents were like, we have to limit how many chips we give her, and my dad wouldn't stop buying her hot chips.
Oh my gosh, little sisters are weird. My sister, for a while, she went through this phase where she would cut up limes, put salt in them, and just lick them.
Dude.
And just lick it, and we would be like, stop doing that. She'd be like, okay, but then we would catch her like getting more limes, and she would just put like so much salt on top. I'm like, that's not good for you.
Was she like biting into them or just?
Yeah,
licking?
she was just biting into them. She was taking out the juice. She was biting into them, eating like the lime, and I was like, girl,
it's so good,
Yeah,
but
it
it
is.
cannot be
It's
good for you
not
at all.
good.
Can't be good for your health
No,
with
I'm
the
like-
salt or your teeth with all the
Yes.
acidity.
Well,
Yeah,
and
she was obsessed.
If it's salty and it's rubbing on her teeth, the abrasion too.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would do that as a little kid, but it would only be at parties. We would be at either my uncle's Mexican restaurant, or we'd be at, I don't know, just a Mexican party, and it'd be
There's just like hella limes
hella cut
everywhere.
up limes. Let me get one with some salt. Yeah,
Little
it's my
snack.
party treat.
Little snack and then keep on running around.
Well,
The best was when you would have a radish and you would scoop a little
Oh,
hole and you would
yeah.
squeeze the lime and salt and lick it out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I feel like doing it with whole lime, like with just that's the intention, the salt and the lime. It's a lot, but I am guilty of like maybe I ate like a pozole or something, and you squeeze out the lime, and after I'm done, I'm like, there's this like squeezed out lime. I kind of want to eat it. Throw a little salt on there, rip it up, and
Not me. I'm like, I gotta get all the juice out, throw
Throw
that
it
sucker
away.
out.
Yeah. One of my favorite snacks as a kid is when we'd get like my Aunt Erica would just get a tortilla with lime and salt and roll it up. So good.
Dude.
Don't cook it or anything. Just give it to me like
Oh,
that.
really?
I don't
It
think
was
we
the
would cook
uncooked ones?
them. Yeah. Maybe.
I think she would heat them up, or maybe they were like they were probably cold because they were leftover table tortillas.
Maybe. They weren't like hard at all though. They were soft because you could roll them up easily.
Yeah,
I don't think she was. I think they were just like the tortilla.
like straight from the fridge.
Yeah, it was good
Oh.
though.
I don't think I had like a snack that I would love when I was a kid. I didn't snack much.
Your mom wouldn't just give you a whole potato and just be like, bite into it.
Dude,
No.
would you guys ever eat hot dogs straight from the fridge?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
cold
Ew,
dogs.
So good.
No.
Just random. Like I remember the first time I got put on, like Lisbeth.
Hmm.
I went to her house once when we were kids.
And she did that, and you were like,
She
"What?"
just pulled out a hot dog and she's like, "You want one?" And I was like, "Shoot, I kind of do." And they were so good. Because normally, like growing up, I would only really eat like at a hot dog,
Right.
or like my parents would kind of make like a omelet, like eggs with hot dog.
Yeah, like for breakfast.
So then I was like, wait, you can just. I think I didn't know like raw hot dogs were fine.
Yeah, they're fully cooked.
Yeah,
still.
I was like, "Oh, you can do that? She's like, oh yeah, I do it all the time. I was like, let's go.
So I feel like as a kid, I loved it. It tasted so good. But after a certain age, I was like, let me
It's,
try
like,
it again. And then I
gross.
was like, oh, this isn't good.
It's like you need to
anymore.
cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like eating it one now it's not the same as when I was a kid.
No, before
Definitely.
as a kid, you could scarf like you get excited. It's like the Luna. You get excited. I could scarf like 2 or 3 probably.
Oh, no.
Now it'd be trouble trying to get through one.
Yeah.
Cold.
It was
like that.
always one.
Yeah, I think one was the limit
Yeah.
because I was like,
More
more
is
than
too
one
much.
is too much.
Yeah.
I was on
David's
the-
over here eating
I was-
3 glizzies
I'm li-
right out the fridge.
the glizzy gladiator.
You know what I think was even better right out the fridge? For some reason, we always had bologna, but like just a slice of bologna was so good.
It's because it's less portion. It's like the law of diminishing return. Dang, Bella's not here for the econ. Law of diminishing returns.
I love
It's like that's just
bologna.
enough to give you the taste, but it's not a full hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked the bologna. I always did it with the ham. The problem is
Oh yeah, the ham.
after like a week, the ham wouldn't taste right. And I'm like, it has to be a fresh pack of ham.
You did say that recently because I bought ham I think to make ham salad, and you were like, "It's so good when it's right after you open it."
Dude, especially I remember the ones that I think your mom and grandma would get from Sam's Club, the big old one.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
one.
the one.
Those were, yeah,
There's something else when they're fresh.
when they're fresh, because I remember grandma would cut them in half. It's because they were long old pieces of ham.
Yeah,
But before she cut it, if she let you grab one of them long old pieces
you're
of
like
ham,
a nice healthy serving of ham. Mm.
it was the same thing too. You just grab the slice of ham, roll it up, and you're on the go. Run outside with a freaking rolled up ham.
So going back to the hot dog thing, I remember loved when my dad would make breakfast and he wouldn't eat it all and just leave the pan on the stove. And then whenever I woke up, I could just finish it because he would always make like eggs with either cut up hot dogs or cut up ham.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, my mom never does that. So I love it when my dad does it because it's so good. I'm like, why don't they ever serve me this?
That was a staple of mine. Like whenever it was like my dad was going into work later, and so like he was there in the mornings, like on weekends, so we'd be home from school. He would always be like, all right, come on. And it'd just be a big old pan of eggs and ham.
Yeah.
And then my favorite was grab one of the jalapenos in the little brine and just throw a little of the jalapeno juice on there. Oh, so good with some tortillas.
I think that's just their go-to like breakfast.
Easy. It's an easy
protein,
quick.
eggs. Like here,
You'll
have
be
some.
full for a minute and then you'll like shut up.
But the same thing with growing out of eating the hot dogs straight from the pack. I've kind of grown out of eating hot dogs in my eggs. It just can be too much, like too much hot dog flavor.
I'll probably make it for my kids someday.
Oh yeah, it's like
They gotta know.
They're gonna love it, but
You're gonna purposely leave some in the pan for your kids to eat it, and then your kid will be like, "This is the best."
It's like
And
reverse
then
psychology.
he's gonna like come around the corner and just watch him.
or be
Nod
like
his
in
head.
the window, looking from outside.
Teardrop falling down.
Oscar's gonna be like, I'm gonna make too much, and then be like, oh, I'm so full, I'm done, and then they're gonna sneak in like, this is what the adults eat.
I'm gonna make their childhood so good.
Oscar's gonna create these candid events.
On purpose.
It's like the kid thinks it's candid, but Oscar's over there being the puppet master.
Yeah,
I
it's
set
like,
this
oh,
up.
yeah.
Is that what it's called?
The puppet master, yeah, or the puppeteer,
Candid.
or what? Candid.
Isn't that what's the word? Maybe it's not candid.
Do it in the context again. They're gonna. Candid is off.
Canon. I was thinking of the word canon.
Oh, canon event. Yeah,
Oscar's
yeah.
creating a bunch of canon events.
They're like, oh, remember when Dad would forget to eat, and Oscar's just gonna be like, ha ha ha.
That's what you thought.
I conveniently.
I wonder if your dad has done that to you.
I'll have to ask him.
He probably wasn't trying to fool him. He probably was like,
I'm done.
I want my children to have food, so I'll make extra.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I would do.
Like, they don't know how to cook, but they need something to eat. I'll just leave this. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice treat to, change up what you eat. Like, yeah, beans are easy to eat, but sometimes I want some egg and hot dog.
All right, so kind of it's a little veering, but something that I've seen on the timeline recently. Do you guys know that eating like day-old rice is like dangerous?
Why?
Or like a couple days old rice or something?
I thought it was only if you don't refrigerate
Like
it.
right away?
Yeah, like when people cook rice and leave it on the stove, like those first couple hours when it's like that medium temperature on the stove, it gets a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, and there's like a specific some bacillus or something, some bacteria that with high heat doesn't get killed, and it can cause like some ailments to you, like pretty lasting things. And I only bring it up since we're talking about this because my parents would just make shit and just leave it on the stove.
Me too. I was gonna say,
I
damn.
still do that now.
Yeah, I would just pick at it whenever I got hungry again. Like the next day, oh wow, this yellow rice has been chilling out here.
See,
Not enough room in the fridge. We're just gonna eat it out.
Because I do
Like,
that
oh,
all the
wow.
time as well. I think my limit's like maybe 3 hours. After that, it has to go in the fridge.
I'd.
But it also depends on what it is.
I feel like I've gone longer.
Like if it's
I mean,
pizza,
definitely.
I might leave it a little bit out too long.
Dude,
I feel like we've left pizza out overnight before.
Oh, I
that's-
probably won't eat pizza overnight.
I'm eating.
I'm
Dude,
eating it.
Sometimes we would leave chicken out, like cook chicken out overnight, and the next morning I'd be like, "Oh, great! Yesterday's chicken, just not even heated up, just eating like that." And it was
Sometimes
so
I
good.
left soup out,
Dude,
like
wild.
overnight, because I was too lazy to put it out. But the next day when I put it away, I'm like, I'm just have a bowl right
Yeah, I'm
now.
kind of hungry right now.
Okay, that is where I draw the line. I won't eat something that's been out overnight.
Oscar's like, yeah, I leave stuff out all the time.
He's like,
3
max
hours.
3 hours.
Like,
I'm
We're
like,
looking at each
what?
other like, what are you? 3 hours is nothing. That's
Yeah.
that's
I'd be
normal.
You guys are extreme.
I'll be on Google like, can I eat 4-day stovetop rice? Like,
And that's funny because like of the things I'm more willing to leave on the stove, rice is
Rice
one of
is
them.
one of
But I
them,
would leave there for
100%.
like a whole day and be like, it's good.
I never would have thought that it's like I have to look up what it does specifically, but it's like apparently it's like I think I've heard in like the ER that like people were like nurses were like, oh yeah, this is more common than you might think. Like they have I don't know if they call it like day old rice syndrome or something. Day old rice syndrome. You can get food poisoning from reheated rice.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we grew up on it. We
my
are
immune
used to it.
Yeah,
My
Got
immune
the gut
system
strength.
figured it out.
That's how I've always thought about it too. Because I remember like when I lived in Boston, I had a couple roommates, and some of the things that I would do that I just thought were normal, they're like, oh, that doesn't seem food safe, and I was like,
you're like food safe. What is that?
I was like, what is that?
I feel like you mind your damn business.
And I don't know. It was just, I'm like, oh, expiration dates are just suggestions. And they'd be like the type to be like, oh, the moment this condiment is expired, you eat it, you're going to be in bed for 3 days. Like, no.
My boyfriend was like cleaning out some of my food stuff. And like in my pantry. And I was like, expiration dates are just recommendations. Like, don't throw stuff away. I'm like, it's just like, you're fine to eat expirated food. And then he like, I forgot what he pulled out, like a jar or something. And he was like, but babe, this is 2021. I was like, it could still be good.
What was it?
I forgot.
It depends what it is.
It was like a can or something.
Wait, you said it was unopened?
It wasn't open.
Okay.
If it's a can, it's probably fine. If it's like a jar of pasta sauce, maybe throw that away.
Yeah, throw that out. That's bad.
When he said that, I was like, oh, damn.
Like, right. You never know like what other people's
2021?
upbringings were. It's like, yeah, it was a can.
There's the green guacamole salsa. That one, I've had it like where it's a year out and it still tastes good.
But like open though in the fridge?
Yeah.
Well, and then in my head, I'm like, oh, it's been in the fridge. Like,
Right,
it's not like,
fine.
even if I left it out overnight, I'd be like, okay, maybe I should reconsider.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I've put it back every time. It's fine.
The thing is, the more I eat it, the more it starts grossing me out because I'm like, it was fine this time, but what if next time
it's only getting older from here?
What if next time's the time it has mold in it?
You know what I think is so annoying is like jars of pasta sauce. They're too big to be used at once.
Yes.
But they only last in the fridge like 2 weeks max.
Yeah.
And
They
I
go
don't
back
want
quick.
pasta that soon after I make pasta.
True.
I wish they
So-
made like smaller like jars.
Shots of pasta.
Like for one, because one is just too much. Even for two people, I feel like one
Yeah.
is too
Oh, yeah.
much.
No, definitely.
And I'm like, I'll save this for the next time. But then by the next time, I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna make pasta.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they open up the jar, moldy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was one of the ones that was, I think, in Boston. I think it'd be mold, but it would be like a big, the Trader Joe's ones. They're even fatter.
Yeah, they're huge.
I'd be like, all right, let me scoop it out and pour some of it out, and I think I would still use it.
I like you would just remove the mold and then use the sauce.
I remove like the mold in like an inch worth of sauce and be like, it's probably fine. And
David,
it was,
It's a Hispanic thing.
I never got
That's crazy.
sick, but
My
I probably
mom-
cut it close.
My mom would buy like papayas, and her and my dad love it. But I hate papaya because you just eat it so much. I just hate how it smells.
It smells like feet.
It smells like feet, and she would cut half of it and she would leave the other half in the refrigerator. But then she would leave it for so long, it would like
Yeah, it
get
gets-
moldy,
yeah.
and
She
some
would just
parts would
wash
get.
it off?
And she would just cut off the part, and she was like, "It's still good," and she'd just eat
That's
it.
what my mom does too for like vegetables or like fruits and stuff like that. But I feel like with a jar of pasta sauce,
Yeah, I
the
shouldn't have
mold
been doing that.
permeates through the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, they say
So-
too, like solid foods, like cheese.
Mhm.
If it's like not, the strategic mold, you can get rid of it. But I've heard like with like wet foods, it's like you shouldn't. So like papaya is
Yeah.
kind of in between because it's like a wet solid,
Don't trust
fruit.
us out there.
Oh yeah, we are not doctors.
Do not trust our recommendations on moldy food.
Proceed at your own risk.
Yeah.
Also, our parents have been feeding us moldy foods for many years. We're
And
used
look
to
at us.
it.
We glowed up.
When I first moved to Columbus and we lived in that big house, that's when I was really cooking a lot more and getting my own groceries. And I think just seeing food every now and then go bad because someone left it in there for too long And I think we were all guilty of this because was guilty of it as well. But just seeing it so often, and we would have to clean out the fridge, once a month. Well, I remember you and Jocelyn would clean it out.
I was gonna say, me and Jocelyn were the ones cleaning out the fridge.
All right, time to.
But to be fair, you had yours in the separate fridge.
Yeah,
so.
I made sure to get rid of my stuff so that you guys wouldn't have to. But just seeing it so often, I've gotten a lot more cautious where as soon as there's some piece of mold on there, I'm done with it. Throwing the whole thing out.
Yeah, because when we lived in that house of 7 people, like something would go bad and be in there for like a month longer. So then by the time we like opened up a container, it'd be like covered in mold. Or like opened up the fruit drawers, like everything was disgusting. So then we started cleaning it out once a month, me and Jocelyn, and everyone was a culprit of letting stuff go bad, but I would say Marisol and Neha were the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought food so much, and I would just leave it there. Because I thought, in my head, I was like, someone will eat it.
Not if you don't tell us.
You don't tell anyone.
We were like very respectful of trying to not eat other people's food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. I feel like that's like you hear about it at like offices. Oh, someone ate my lunch.
That's crazy.
Like,
in an office,
to
eat
crazy.
somebody else's food is crazy.
Yeah, so like the thought has never crossed my mind. Like if I didn't buy it or someone didn't tell me to my face, yeah, you gotta let people know.
Yeah.
The leftovers. I will say, I think Marisol has gotten better about it since I've been living with her. There was only one time I did reach, it was like on the bottom shelf, and I pretty much never used the bottom shelf except for like little drinks. But then I think I was looking for something, and I like moved some stuff, and in the back there was like a container of cucumbers, and they were so moldy. I was like,
it's so okay, but our fridge, it's so hard to know what's like in the back because we have stuff
on that lower
the
shelf.
Yes,
because it's like we put food on the other shelf, and there's like another drawer. I don't know. It was. I was shook though. I was like, holy cow, these cucumbers are like pickled. I have gotten better
about like my leftovers because I did waste a lot of food, but now I don't. I try to not waste if not possible. So my grocery store purchases are like small purchases.
Yeah, she will do like purchase for the meal, I feel like. Whereas my issue is I over purchase and then
and there'll be like 8 mozzarella balls
they
all over
on
the
sale.
fucking fridge.
The nice thing with me and Sam is that neither of us buy enough things to fill up the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have our moments where one or the other might get a bunch of things at once.
Right.
But our fridge is a lot of times pretty empty and you can see everything that's in there.
That's what I was about to say. It's crazy. Every time I go to your house, your guys' fridge is like packed.
Full.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they eat out a lot. Like, why is there so much food in here?
Yeah, and that's like, I'm like, oh, dang, what do I have to toss? Oh, the vegetables. Dang, that's crazy.
Like, I'm so used to my fridge that when we went over for New Year's and I brought my soda, I just assumed there would be space in your fridge. And then I opened it. I'm like, oh, there's
we need a heads up. I'm sure the HelloFresh thing helps.
Yeah, that's definitely with HelloFresh because it's like, this is the allotted groceries I'm getting for the week.
That's what the Snapchat ads say. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not cluttered. I watch every time one comes on. I've seen them all like 3 times. All the HelloFresh ads. They're so corny, but they're so funny.
Yeah, so our fridge currently is full because I just got a HelloFresh box today. And then I have like still a meal from last week that I need to finish.
Do you keep all the ingredients together?
I keep it in the bags.
Okay. I forgot they come in bags.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just push the bags to the back of the fridge, but I like don't forget they're there because that's like all my food.
Yeah, you're like, I have these meals. Mm-hmm. No, I feel like the HelloFresh is good because it also gets you on the regimen of like, all right, I know I for sure have 3 meals this week or 2 meals or whatever. Whereas me, I'm like, all right, I bought all these things. This could be used to make this or this or this. And then I forget. And then it's like, shit, this whole bunch of cilantro is droopy. Now I don't want to use it.
Well, since we do the podcast every week, I have to budget that when I buy food. Because then I think, all right, I can buy this and I can cook it and I can eat it Thursday and Friday. And then I'm like, oh, wait. We're doing the pot on Friday. So now is it going to be good until Saturday?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I also like to plan out my meals for the week. Like I just have a little whiteboard that has the days of the week. And I
have seen that.
I just put what I'm eating on there. Because at work, sometimes they'll buy our food. So then I'm like, well, these days I'm eating in the office. I don't have to worry about that. And then these are the dinners I need to make myself. And it's also like, a way for me to fit in eating out, because I'm like, oh, if there's extra meals that I don't have covered, maybe I'll go get something from like McDonald's.
Right.
But if I'm like, oh, I have too much food this week, I can't go to McDonald's, I gotta eat what I have.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe get a little like
planner. Or something. Like a little whiteboard for the fridge would be good. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna keep the receipt and like cross off things after I've like used them or like finished them. Long old receipts, and then they get lost. I'm like, dang it.
You have gotten better at cooking though.
Yeah,
like in the beginning when we were living together, like you would buy out every meal, but then you would still do a big grocery shopping.
Yeah, it was like I was like, oh, I need more snacks for the cupboard, or oh, I need more condiments. Like,
I need another thing of ketchup. I know I just bought ketchup last week. But...
Dude, I bought tartar sauce last Lent or 2 Lents ago. And just threw it out like last week.
Oh,
I was like, dude, I thought I was going to use this tartar sauce way more.
With all your fish or what?
It's because I bought fish sticks for Lent. But then when I put them in the oven, the whole house stank so bad the one time. And I was like, I am not making these no more. And then I just never used the tartar sauce. So I was like, dang it.
Alrighty.
Mr. Condiments over here.
Well, did we want to do your question or did we want to do animal trivia, or did we want to do food trivia?
Let's just do the animal trivia right now.
Yeah, I love trivia.
Wait, so how is like Jeopardy like? What is an aardvark type thing?
No, I have specific questions. So I came up with questions that I think are not commonly known about animals.
Okay.
To see how much you guys know.
Okay. And is it like multiple answers?
We used to watch Animal Planet at Grandma's house all the time.
I love Animal Planet. Remember the top 10 or whatever? That was my favorite. Core memory unlocked. That was like my favorite show.
I don't think I know that show.
It's like it would be like the green letter, the green digital numbers. It'd be like number 10, and it'd be like the 10 most dangerous land animals.
Yes.
Okay.
And they were such a cool show.
I feel like Animal Planet was a lot better when we were kids.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Because now you go on it and it's like
a documentary.
Everything's so
or
artsy,
like dog
high
trainers.
Scale. Oh yeah, that's true. The dog whisperer.
Did you guys ever watch Sabumafu?
Yeah.
Was that an Animal Planet?
It was a PBS show,
it was
I think.
PBS. Sabumafu was also my favorite. They
that
told
one was
me
fun.
a lot about animals.
Dude.
I like Shark Week.
For some reason, I either didn't have Animal Planet or I would never tune into Shark. I think I would only ever watch Shark Week at your
on
place.
Discovery Channel.
Oh yeah, maybe I
Animal
didn't have.
Planet.
Okay.
I
think
I always felt that I would see the commercials, and then by the time I realized it was always the week after, and I missed it.
I feel like I would luckily somehow turn on the TV and it'd be like, it's Shark Week, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what I'm watching all week.
I've never watched it. I remember always seeing like the ads.
Yeah,
but I've never watched it. Is it just videos of like sharks?
Yeah, and it teaches you about sharks.
Documentaries.
So is it just like each episode was a different shark, or were there like shark attacks too?
I think it was just different shows.
There are different shows about sharks. They weren't like all consolidated. It was like different documentaries that different people made, and so it'd be like about this shark and their migration patterns and blah blah blah.
Or if a series had an episode specifically about sharks, they would show that specific episode that week.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
just
right.
A bunch of shark content.
Nice, nice.
People swimming with sharks.
All right. Let's get into these questions.
So, do you guys want to do like you go competition or you buzz in or what?
Or do we want to do like instead of a whiteboard, we text you? Or is that too much?
I think we could do it like we did the riddles. We just
say it out loud if you know it.
Okay.
Or like if we have it,
like,
should we like raise our hand and like give the other people a chance to think about it?
I don't know, because the listeners can't see a hand raised.
Right.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna know a lot of animal facts, but I'm probably gonna know like none of them.
Maybe you will. Well, maybe we should not scream them out so the listeners can have a chance to think about if they know the answer.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I meant about the hand raise.
We'll do
then
hand
you can
raise,
call us.
and I'll pick on you.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I think I tried to order them from easiest to hardest.
All right.
I'm scared.
So this is an easy one in my opinion. What is the only mammal capable of true flight? David?
A bat?
Correct.
Yay.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm gonna be so bad at this.
I feel like David is gonna be good at this.
When I tell you Animal Planet raised me, I need to go back to my roots.
All right. Second question. What is the deadliest creature in the world? Did you raise your hand first?
I think
Yes.
so, yeah.
Okay, what's your answer?
I'm gonna say elephant.
Wrong. Okay, David.
Hippopotamus?
Wrong.
No, now I know what it
Oscar?
is.
Mosquito.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Mosquitoes. Because they transfer diseases.
Malaria.
They
Yeah.
do.
So many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Point for Oscar, point for David.
I knew that, but I was thinking of like scary ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll throw you off. You
Ooh.
wouldn't think mosquito.
I was gonna say Komodo dragon. I'm like, no.
So when do you hear
No,
about
no,
people
no.
dying from Komodo dragons?
They're really dangerous.
Yeah,
apparently.
I
They have-
saw a video where they injected a meat with the Komodo dragon's like poison.
I didn't know they had
They have like
poison.
venom. Yeah.
That's
venom.
crazy.
And you could just see it decay in like
It's
a day.
They're bad. They're so
Scary.
they're like little
Bad.
dinosaurs.
hmm Okay, next question. What mammal has the most powerful bite? Marisol?
A hippopotamus.
Correct.
God damn
Really?
you!
I
You
want a
stole mine.
hippopotamus
It
for
was the
Christmas.
hippopotamus.
All right, it's all even.
So, next question. Why are flamingos pink? David?
Because of their diet, the shrill or shrimp that they eat.
Correct.
What?
They're-
That's
they're-
crazy.
Their diet is rich in algae, shrimp, and crustaceans.
David, you should have been the zookeeper.
I should. Hey, Columbus Zoo, you're hiring?
You could be like the next Jungle Terry.
Dude, that'd be sick. I should take him on. So what?
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 He's gonna retire soon.
No,
he's
yeah,
probably
he's
pretty
been
old.
up there. Dude, what a career. That
Cor-
guy.
I know. He has like Northeast Ohio in a chokehold.
Wait, who is
Yeah.
this guy?
So, growing up, did you guys ever have like a person with animals come to like your school events and show them off to
Like
kids?
exotic
No.
animals.
Like
Or,
exotic animals?
Never.
Well, we did.
Dude.
In Northeast Ohio, there's this man named Jungle Terry, and he owns like giant boa constrictor snakes or pythons or whatever they are, like
Yeah.
alligators.
Mm-hmm.
The little baby ones. I forget what they're
Mhm.
called.
Baby crocodile, I don't know. He
Yeah.
just owns a bunch of like snakes and exotic animals like chinchillas and birds, and he'll
Hedgehog was a cutie. Like, big
hedgehog,
hedgehog.
cute. And he has shows, and you can like rent him for an event. So like
Hey.
sometimes schools would rent him for like an event, or like local fairs would rent him, and it'd be like Jungle Terry show 10 a.m. bring your kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd get to participate and like hold the snake and stuff like that. So
I've held a couple animals in my heyday. Yeah, we were, because he would come every year to party
Damn.
in the park.
yeah.
And that one was like, he was like Michael Jackson. Like that show was lined to the back.
Yep.
He was a superstar.
Damn.
For all
I gotta
the
look
youth.
this guy up.
Yeah. Jungle
He
Terry.
was-
Love
yeah.
him.
And you go back to party in the park. He's still doing it. He's
Yeah.
got his little salt and pepper going for him.
That's what I'm
and
saying. He's getting older. He's going to have to quit eventually.
He needs a
But,
protege.
but then you got to take care of all the animals.
Yeah,
Because
no,
he
that's
does take care of all the animals.
I'll buy all of your reptiles.
He'd be like, what experience do you have?
I took an online class.
No, David's like, I watched Animal Planet since I was a kid.
I go, top 10 best reptiles.
He's like, I won a trivia contest with my friends.
You know, we should do this summer the drive-in, like, what's it called where you feed the animals?
Oh, kind of like a little
Like a
Drive-through.
safari
Yeah, a
thing.
drive-through safari.
Do they do that here?
I think they do it somewhere near here because my brother told me about it.
I feel like
Oh.
Ohio is one of the states that does have interesting exotic animals. Like Texas, and I think Ohio, you always hear some headline of like
The
random
fucking
ass
ostrich
animal.
comes in the car.
Terrifying.
Dude, those videos where they're going like, oh,
And
hey
then they're like,
Bobby, feed it. The little kid's like, ah, and then we're just like, give me more food.
yeah. All right, should we do the next question?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Where on the body are a crab's taste buds? Marisol?
Is it their butt?
No.
Oh. Taste buds.
Oscar?
Is it their mouth?
No. Good guess. David?
Is it their eyeballs?
No. Oh, Marisol, you have another guess?
Is it their shell?
No.
Their body?
Oscar?
Their stomach?
No, but closer. David?
Their genitals?
No.
That's what I was gonna guess. too.
No.
else could it be?
Their throat,
No.
liver.
Their legs?
Their feet.
Ooh. Toesies.
So imagine you're just walking over something. You're like, oh,
Someone didn't pick up their dogs.
This next one is also about a crustacean. How many legs does a lobster have?
6?
Not 6.
Damn. 1, 2.
David?
12?
Not 12.
Me again.
Marisol?
8?
No.
Dang it.
That was what I was gonna say.
Not David?
10?
Yep.
Yeah.
10. It's crazy because I've never thought about like how many legs a lobster would have.
Too close.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What?
How
I
many
need
legs?
to see a picture.
How many legs does a centipede have?
Isn't it like actually more than 100?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We probably just stopped counting.
Okay. How long is an elephant pregnant before it gives birth? Marisol?
I'm gonna say 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, is
You
that
think
too
an
much?
elephant makes a baby that quick?
Is this wrong?
Do you know how big an elephant is? That's definitely wrong.
Okay.
Oscar?
Oscar had a question.
16 months.
Getting closer, but no.
16?
David?
2 years?
Close. You're the
Okay.
closest so far.
Okay.
That's a little too high.
Maybe I'm thinking of a dog.
20 months.
22 months.
Fuck.
Damn.
Damn, that's my favorite.
That's crazy. They're pregnant
That
for
is
22
crazy.
months.
I think that's why it's a big deal when they like lose an animal or one of their kids because
It takes a long time
it takes
to make
long
one.
to make one.
I
and-
guess
Stuff
it
could
would
go wrong.
take a long time to make that like an elephant.
and then
like
they
their
raise
skin,
them forever. Yeah.
Their skin.
their hooves.
I wonder if it hurts when they grow.
The baby?
Like you just like elephants specifically because you know like I mean they're still big when they're born,
Yeah.
but then they get big.
Yeah, I
like,
wonder
Yeah.
how long it takes for them to reach maturity.
You want me to look it up?
Sam's like
Yeah.
next question. No.
No, it's not.
It's like, is this short amount of time?
Do you guys want to guess on it?
Wait, what
I'm
was
gonna
the
say
question?
2 years.
To, like
How-
fully grow to maturity.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
8 years.
I'm gonna go like 5 years.
Okay, this is crazy. Well, this is weird. So, one answer says elephants do not reach sexual maturity until they are between 14 and 17 years old.
Damn.
Whoa.
But then this one says males only reach their full size at 35 to 40 years.
What?
And they
That's
can
really
live to be up
huge.
to 60 to 70 years.
Damn.
So
Dang, so they're like
they're growing for like half their life.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's so funny. We always assume like animals are like
like us.
give them a year. Oh no, I'm saying like other animals like
Like dogs?
they say pigs are reach sexual maturity within 6 months.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
But like with an elephant, they're bigger than us, so that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay, how far can a skunk spray?
Oh, I don't know.
20 feet.
No,
15.
That was my guess.
10 is correct. 10 feet.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's not what you said. You said
Yeah.
damn. I thought you said-
What? No, I said 10. I said 10.
I thought you said 10. Sorry, the answer is 10 feet. David did not say that.
Run the tapes back. I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks. I did not say that.
Okay, how long does the average housefly live for?
2 days. Oops, I'm so sorry.
Right, you're not even raising your hand anymore. Oscar.
2 weeks.
Do you guys want me to say like longer or shorter when it's these types of questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually longer.
What did you say?
2 weeks.
I thought the myth was that it lasted like 1 day.
That's why I put this one in here because the myth is
Uh-huh.
everyone says like, oh, houseflies only live for a day, but that one time that we were infested with houseflies,
There's fat
they were living longer than 1 day. There was so many of them. I was like, they would, because if not, we would have had like 10 dead flies on the floor after 2 days, but
And they
we
were
didn't.
just
They were.
Oh,
floating
I
around.
remember
They
that. They
were
were
alive
huge.
and well.
They were
Dude.
huge.
They were like horse flies.
I
They
think
didn't
we
bite.
killed one live on the pod. I think you did.
I did. It's like, "Ah."
Did they bite you guys at all?
No.
No.
Okay, so they were still houseflies. They were just mutant.
They're just
flies?
ginormous. Yeah.
So 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go with 3 weeks.
longer.
Damn.
1 month.
Close. 28 days.
1 February.
1 February. So if you see a fly in your house,
Just kill it.
Don't think it's gonna die tomorrow. No,
Kill
it's gonna be there for 28 days.
I've actually never heard that myth. That's the first time I've heard it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've actually never thought that. I always want to kill them instantly.
Also, like, do they have to lay eggs in that span time?
Probably.
Like, are they just
Yeah.
gonna reproduce?
yeah.
what
Yeah.
they're sent
So
for.
kill them ASAP.
Also, do they have to eat shit?
They could eat decaying food.
Worse.
Speaking of, never mind.
Come again?
I'm gonna go on to the next question. How often does the whale need to come up for air? Marisol?
I'm gonna say 3 hours.
Any other guesses before I say if it's more or less?
I'm going to say 8 days.
I'm gonna say
Whoa.
10 hours.
So it's less than 3 hours.
Whoa.
They have to
Okay.
come up more frequently than 3 hours. Do you have any more guesses?
90 minutes. That seems good.
An hour.
Whales that go into the deep sea can last 90 minutes.
Ooh.
That's insane.
But most of the time, for normal whales, it can be between 15 to 20 minutes. That's how often they have to go up for air.
Because
Oh
they're
my
just chilling.
gosh.
Right.
So-
Dang, a deep sea whale. That's scary.
Uh-huh.
Imagine you forget to come up.
I think they would know.
They're like, oh gosh, my tank's running out.
But yeah, it's much shorter than you would think.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to live pretty close to the surface, I feel.
Oh,
So they
that's
ha-
so sad.
They sleep on the surface then, probably, right?
Probably.
Because
Mhm.
like, that'd be annoying. Imagine.
Yeah, and I think as they sleep, like their body knows to like go up,
Submerge.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah. They're
spit out the water, and then go back down. I guess.
buoyant.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, how long do they need to do they sleep for?
They must be sleep deprived.
No, they can like go up for breath while they're sleeping.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
crazy.
humans can sometimes even barely. They'll be snoring.
We got like sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea.
Right. Why can't I work out when I'm asleep?
Last
I'll wake
night,
up buffed.
Ross
Why
said,
Why can't I just squirt water? when I'm asleep? I want to be well.
Okay, Dave.
Ross said, because I slept till late this morning, he said, this morning I was kind of concerned for you. And I was like, why? He's like, you were snoring, but then you did like a really loud, long snore that I wasn't sure if I should wake you up. And he like, he said it sounded like this. He's like, when you did that, I like turned around to make sure you were okay.
He was hearing you die.
Like you
She's
only
croaking.
you only stopped because you needed more breath.
I was like, oh my God, why didn't you turn me? That's embarrassing.
She was in a deep sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said you slept in until like noon, I was like, okay, David.
Yeah,
She's
I
always
told
coming
David.
at David for sleeping
She's like,
in.
I wake up at
Dude.
5 a.m. I'm like, bro,
I'm
should I?
so tired recently.
She still got that jet lag.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, yeah, we didn't touch on Japan at all.
I was saying
True.
I was saying we should leave it for the next episode so Ross can like weigh in.
Oh, is he going to be on the next episode?
Mm-hmm. You
All
guys are
right.
cool with it.
You better not use my mic. No,
I
I'm
could have
kidding.
mentioned it earlier, but
Right.
yeah.
But it works out. One mic will be free.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because he'll also remember stuff. I'm not a good storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. What insect was the first living creature to be sent into space? David?
A dog?
I said insect.
Oh,
Fucking
insect.
Oscar?
A cockroach?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good guess.
That was a good guess.
A fly.
A fruit fly.
Oh, I was about to say tater bug.
Which I'm like, wouldn't they get lost? What if they're so tiny? You're not going to be able to...
I'm gonna guess it accidentally went in there or on purpose.
Maybe it accidentally went in there. I don't know. I don't have more details. I just wrote down
Did
fruit
it?
fly.
Oh, I wonder how
Can
they
it
fly if they're in zero gravity.
That's true.
I just imagine it's like 10, 9.
That'd be so annoying.
And
You're
it's
just
like,
trapped up there with.
Who's eating an apple right now? Someone's in the seat like.
Well, like imagine you're an astronaut going up, and then you realize there's a fly in there, and you're like, I could kill it because it's annoying, but also it's gonna be one of the first living creatures in space. I guess I should leave it and see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would also
true.
just be curious to see what it happens.
What it
Like, can it
does.
still fly?
Mhm. For science.
Well, when they go through the atmosphere, I'm guessing there's atmospheric pressure, right? What if it just like imploded? It's like
They just hear explode
Well,
right in front of you.
oh, it's like on the
Ew.
windshield.
But the human doesn't implode.
We big though.
No, it's because it's pressurized in there, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Going along with the whale thing, how often do dolphins come up for air?
I know they're beasts. I'm gonna say 8 hours.
No.
Oh, they have smaller lungs.
You
You
say-
just heard about whales and you say 8 hours for
I
dolphins?
say half an hour.
They're beasts.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 20
22 minutes.
Like let's say,
It's
spin
lower
the
for
wheel.
all of these.
11 minutes. God.
Yeah, so actually it's even more often than that. Well, they
Wow.
can hold their breath for up to 8 to 10 minutes, but 8 to 12 times per minute while awake, they go up for air. 8 to 12 times per minute.
So they're sleeping and they're like.
Well, 3 to 7 times per minute while sleeping. So when they're sleeping, it can be a little less often. But
So they gotta be just like chilling right on the
At that
surface.
point, why even be a sea creature? Like,
At that
It's
point,
such
I'm
a-
a sea creature.
it's so inconvenient.
But you know, it makes sense for dolphins because when you do see them swimming, you see them at the surface going up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I just thought that's so they can get more momentum.
so they can breathe.
Yeah, I thought they were just playing.
You know how they're always saying dolphins are like so smart. Like
Yeah.
their animal, I think their brain is pretty big relative to them or whatever. They're just smart. They're not smart enough to grow legs and just get on the heck on out of that water.
What?
Come on.
How would they have control over that?
Yeah, David, that takes hundreds of thousands of years of evolution.
Not if you believe in God. No, I'm saying.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay, next question. This one I put in here because I thought about it like a couple years ago and whatever. What is the average lifespan of a wild white-tailed deer?
I
14,
think they live long.
Oscar?
14 years.
Marisol?
10.
Like 4 years.
How many? 40?
4.
4? David is the closest. Or
Ooh,
correct.
like
Average
2
is
years.
4.5
David.
years.
Dude, they're so dumb. They get hit by trucks. Freaking idiots.
They do.
But it's just crazy to me. Oh, and I looked this up a couple years ago because we always have deer in our backyard, like back in Painesville. And I'm like, we sometimes see baby deer. So I'm like, is it the same deer coming back year over year? And I was like, how long do they live? And then it was only like 4 years. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But they must grow pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah,
They're
they
big.
probably mature quick.
Damn,
Yeah.
David's Steve Irwin over here.
I'm what?
You're like Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Crocky.
Crikey.
This is the last question I have. The sex of most turtles, lizards, alligators, and crocodiles is determined after fertilization by what?
What?
So, like the gender, male or female, of turtles, lizards, alligators, and crocodiles is determined by what? Oscar?
Temperature.
Correct.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, for example, if a turtle's eggs incubate below 27.7 degrees Celsius or 81.86 degrees Fahrenheit, the turtle hatchlings will be male. If it's above 31 degrees Celsius, the hatchlings will be female.
Dang, those gender reveal parties must be crazy. All the crocodiles come like, it's a hot one today. You ready to be a girl, dad?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same for humans? Because I saw in an episode of How I Met Your Mother, like, they were trying to control her temperature because he really wanted a boy.
True
I don't think
science.
so.
It is not the same for humans. I listed a bunch of reptiles. Why would it be
I don't
the same?
know. I'm just going off by this How I Met Your Mother episode.
Isn't it for like chromosome or something?
Yeah,
For
so for humans, a woman's eggs all carry the X chromosome. So it's up to the male sperm entirely of whether it's a male or female.
Let's go. That's
So-
why males have nipples, right? Because it's not determined till later. Or what?
I don't know if that's why, but the sperm, if it's a Y chromosome sperm or X chromosome sperm, will determine what the gender of the baby is. So if a woman can't have a boy, it's not the woman's fault. It's always the man's fault.
Yeah, you male.
Like everything else in the world.
Okay, I do have one more question. It's not a trivia question. It's just a question I heard another podcast talk about that I thought was funny.
All right.
So if you're walking outside and you see an owl, you see some more owls, at what point, how many owls would it be too many that you become concerned?
5.
Who?
I associate owls with like aliens after I watched this movie when I was younger. So after 5, I would be like, I think I'm about to get abducted.
I associate owls with the boy, Drake.
Oh, Ovio.
About a baker's dozen.
Is that 12?
13.
Oh. Why is a
Ne-
baker's dozen
Yeah.
13?
I don't know. Ask your dad, dang.
I think like at 8. If I see 8 owls, I'm going to be scared.
At least half of the, like 6 is like, are they surrounding you? Or it's just...
You're just like walking down the street and you look in a bunch of trees and all around there's owls.
And they're just turning their heads not 180 degrees looking at you. Dumbass. Yeah, I mean, I think 6 would be like, I start sweating like, okay, something's got to give. Where are all the rats? Don't you guys have somewhere
At
to
what
be?
point do you become scared?
Scared? Double digits for sure.
Like 15.
Like even at 10, I'm like, okay.
You're like, I gotta get inside.
Do I smell like raw meat to them or what?
You haven't said anything, Oscar?
I'm just surprised at you guys' answers.
What?
Oscar's like
He's like
56.
30.
dude.
Oscar's like, there could be 100 owls outside and I would not care.
I'm standing on business.
I'd have to see like 100 to 150
What?
Oh my
before I
God.
get scared.
So you're telling me there's 50 owls.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
you're
like,
still like, it's a normal Tuesday. Damn.
yeah, I'm just like, damn, I happen to run into their pack.
I ran into their space.
But like, let's say you're just like not in the woods. You're like on the street, like a neighborhood.
Still 100.
Yeah, probably maybe like in more urban area like here in Columbus. Yeah, I'd have to be like 75.
Golly,
Oh
dude.
my god!
Have you seen one owl in Columbus?
Ever.
No, but like
But if I saw 75 tomorrow, I wouldn't be concerned.
All right.
I see 10 owls. Like, what are they gonna do? But if I see 75, like, dude, they could pick me up and start flying away.
He's like, nah, 20 is fine, but 75.
All right. What if there was 10 of them, but they also had the capability with their wings to lift their bodies and show you their long, creepy legs?
They do have long legs. I hate it.
That would take like one.
Everybody
Like,
look up a picture of owl legs,
owl
please.
legs.
Ew, I don't want to. I'm scared.
Dude, Oscar, imagine all the, like the pellets that when they eat their food. They
When
spit.
they eat their food. When they eat their food.
When they eat their food.
I thought
They
you just
spit
had a
up.
stroke.
They spit up like the bones. You never dissected those in science class?
Ew, ew. I
Look at
don't
that,
like
dude.
that. That is so scary, guys.
Even if
Oscar, does this change your answer now? See this owl's legs.
No.
well,
It's like
look
still
closer at their
100.
claws. Imagine if 4 of them came at you at once with their talons.
Yeah, that would
That's
suck.
enough to scare.
This one is the worst.
Any
you
guy.
know, Samantha, I can't. I'm gonna have
Just take a peek,
nightmares.
just take a... You like scary movies.
Ew.
Alright.
The skinnier legs.
I
on the
Heck
still-
yeah, dude.
I still believe that they somehow are associated with aliens.
Freaking. I'm saying the pellets. You guys never dissected those in biology where like all
Oh
the...
yeah.
So, Oscar, if you're surrounded by 75 owls, imagine all the skeletons of mice and stuff surrounding you. That doesn't scare you?
Well, if I'm walking past 75 owls and there's a bunch of skeletons under them, I would be pretty concerned.
Yeah, that's like some adventure time
Like,
shit.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the street.
Only because of the skeleton.
Yeah, it's not even the owls.
Dude, can you imagine in Columbus where the hell they'd just be on a power line, just 75
Right.
owls and all their
So
skeleton
like you're
pellets.
telling me you go for a walk from our house to High Street and you see 75 owls on the way, you're not batting an eye.
No, I'm like, that's kind of cool, but
I was like, throw 50 more in there and I'm sweating.
That's crazy.
If they look menacing, double digits. Now I feel like I'm a bitch compared to Oscar. Oscar can really handle his
Creepy.
bird-related emergencies.
Okay, what if they're bald eagles? Does that change anything?
For me, it does.
Am
I
I
think.
yeah.
Are they more scary or less scary?
It's
Less
more
scary.
scary. What the heck? If I see maybe like 25 bald eagles,
Yeah.
that's pretty scary.
Well, also bald eagles are
25.
huge.
They're
They're
huge.
huge. And an owl was like, whoo.
Like I
A freaking
think
bald eagle's like,
I think bald eagles are like as big, as tall
this
as these
No,
mic
they're
and
stands.
they're
huge.
thick.
Have
and
you
they
g-
have no hair on their head.
They're
Oh,
bald as heck.
They're bald as fuck.
I just
So
heard
they
this.
don't give a fuck.
I just read this the other day. Apparently, the eagle sound we hear in movies and shows
hawk.
A tiger.
is a hawk.
I knew that.
Oh.
Because I guess the sound of an eagle is not very pleasing. And
What does it sound like?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. But the sound of a hawk just sounds way more, I don't know, majestic, that they use it in place for the eagle.
I think I might have heard that about the MGM lion. I think it might be a tiger roar, actually. Could be wrong on that, though. I'm not a doctor.
I'm looking up bald eagle sound.
Dude, it's gonna sound so corny.
Oh no, that's the hawk.
Yeah, that's the...
Hold on, that's a sound effect. This
Cold bleed.
This one says bald eagle scream. Oh wait, there's an ad.
Sam's like, oh, this one says bald eagle. It says, bruh. It says, oh, it's a sound effect.
Oh, that's cute.
Bruh.
Looks like a seagull.
That sounds like the birds my abuelito has, bro. Little cantaritos. Oh, hell no. I could be around 125 bald eagles, for real. Hawks? 4.
That was cute actually.
You know what would scare me more? Is vultures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're so ugly.
Because they're just looking at you and they know you're about to die.
Especially if they kill you.
I guess vultures don't really attack. They just kind of wait for you to
Yeah,
die.
they're
Yeah.
scavengers. Oh, I bet you their breath stinks. They're just eating rotten meat
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, I bet it does stink.
Have you guys seen where, like, I don't know if it's a vulture or a hog or an eagle, or sometimes like there's little kids playing in the park and there's video of one of them snatching one.
No.
A kid?
Yeah,
No.
like a little baby.
Does it like...
No,
No, it doesn't take it fully. Like
It
it
just,
lives
like,
it up
drops
for
it?
literally like a foot and then drops it.
I've seen like
Because it's like,
Rabbits
oh shit,
and
this
shit.
isn't a
I've seen
rabbit.
videos of like people putting their like small dogs in these spiky suits so that an eagle or hawk doesn't grab them.
I remember one time my mom was doing dishes in the kitchen and I just was in the area and she's like, whoa. I'm like, what? She's like, did you see that? I'm like, no. And apparently a hawk flew down and grabbed a snake that was in a yard and like flew up and she saw it from the window when she was doing the dishes.
That was real Mexican.
I was
right
just
there.
saying, what tear flew down her like, just like the motherland.
Birds
Nah,
are
that must
scary.
be beautiful and scary. The cycle of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man, I would hate to have no legs and be slithering and then get picked up by a hawk.
You know, a lot of times when I see videos of animals killing other animals, it doesn't freak me out too much. But when I see a video of like a cheetah or a jaguar and it has like a baby deer or something like right next to it and it's just kind of like looking at it, those ones scare me because I'm like, man, it's just playing with its food right now. Like, just eat it. Just it'd be better if it just had killed it, you know.
Cats are evil.
I saw
Yeah.
a little clip recently of it was like a baby monkey, and I think it was like a tiger was like, or a cheetah, a big cat was like licking it and like like not eating it yet, but the baby looked so sad and like they look so human, like it's like it knew what was going down. It was just like.
So do you think it was too hurt to run away, or it didn't?
It was like it was like
small.
such a baby, like the type of monkeys that would be on their mama's back type stuff.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Way to bring the episode down right at the end.
Yeah.
Cycle of life.
Oscar, you started this.
All because you wanted to front and say you could be around 200 owls.
Our number just keeps getting higher and higher. Oscar thinks it could be around 1,000 owls.
He
No
literally
problem.
said maybe like 100 owls, and I'd be concerned.
You go, really, guys?
Yeah, he
I'm
was
not
like,
the one that brought up animal trivia.
yeah, but you brought up
Oscar,
killing
I got the
babies.
most questions right. I think I'm the animal expert here. You would be scared after 10, like me. Any man would be.
any man would be
Any
scared
man
up
would
to
be
10
scared.
owls, I swear.
Because you know what that means? 10 owls is 20 talons. That's
20,
sharp.
20 pairs of those long old legs.
Mm-mm.
Ew, I can't believe I saw that. That's gonna
Just
haunt me.
Tap dancing.
Good for a kick line.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It could be like the freaking
Rockets.
the Rockettes.
Okay, well, I think we should wrap up the episode. We've recorded for a very long time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this will be a longer episode, unfortunately.
Everyone's like, yay!
But it just takes so long to edit. It's the
Yeah.
worst. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Eating Good Pod. Leave us a voicemail, and we'll catch you all next week. Well, we'll finally hear about Marisol's Japan trip.
Yay! Konnichiwa!
Arigato.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
High School Musical.
Fish sticks